So welcome back to week number 2. For years, I had been putting off travel to the East Coast. See, I lived in the Silicon Valley in San Francisco, and I always longed to go to the East Coast and travel, but my job wouldn't allow it. I request time about 6 months ahead of time just to get like 3 or 4 days in a row, and that included a weekend. So it makes it almost impossible to go to the East Coast. I told myself someday I'll get there. But do you know what happened in 2020? COVID, right? COVID hit and it created a stillness in the environment. And that was my wake-up call. What dreams had I been putting off that may not come tomorrow, right? That's what the wake-up call of COVID really was. We didn't know if we'd even have a tomorrow. And I think we became more resilient and strong because of it. Every setback leads us to a setup that improves our life. So I had so many dreams that passed me by, waiting for what I thought was the right time that never came. And I work with cancer patients, and I see it all the time too. Oh, well, when I get to retirement, I'm going to take that wonderful vacation through Europe. Or when this day comes, I will do this. But the disease comes a decade earlier. Their end is nearing sometimes. Sometimes they go into remission, please understand that. But if I have learned anything, life is short and we don't know our expiration date. And that's when these dreams could be passing us by and we don't even realize it. So I took a very bold and brave step and I quit my job. Just full on quit. I became a traveling technologist. And I finally got to see the other side of the country that I'd always longed to explore. And guess what? I had the best summer of my life in Boston. So my life that summer in Boston, Massachusetts, lit me up from inside, living a dream I had put on hold for over a decade. Now, I want to ask you something very important. What are you putting on? What's waiting for you on the other side of someday? Shout out to all my Boston Red Sox fans, and I hope you're going to the Green Machine today. So hi, I'm Diane with Elevate Digital Marketing, and today we are into week 2. So week 1, we put down our first stone, building our 12-week goal. Now today we are building that cornerstone. What makes it so important to hold on to that goal and really make it transformational? So let me put this into some baseball terms. So we're the Boston Red Sox. We've got bases loaded, batter is up. We have, if you think about it as a business, we have 3 potential leads on base 1, 2, and 3. We're going up to bat. This is us. We're going up to bat. Are we going to bring him in for a home run? Are we really? Or are we going to strike out? So how do we make sure we bring them home and win those sales? Goal setting helps you focus that. So stay tuned as we dive into this more. So the why is the cornerstone to how we set our goals. Learning the power of compelling visualization and how it fuels consistent execution. You can also think of this as standing at the bottom of a mountain, and we have to look all the way up to the top of that mountain and go, we're going to hike that. And how does it start? It starts first with your intention. We're intending to get up that hill. 2, take one step forward, right? Do you see yourself setting up little goals? Okay, I see the path go up to this spot. Okay, if I can make it to that spot, I'll take a little rest, grab some water, and that's one chunk done. Hike, 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 hike up there, swig. All right, now I see and I visualize to the next spot. That's the second goal you're setting. Okay, one foot in front of the other. Chug, 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 chug. Okay, we got to this spot. Take a sip of water, recharge, turn, pivot, look. How do we get to the next spot? Okay, it's getting hotter. Need to reevaluate. Okay, if I didn't have my hat on, I need my hat on, the sun is blazing. Okay, sweatshirt needs to come off, I'm getting too hot. All right, need a little more water because it is getting hot. Okay, so I've pivoted, I've done what I needed. Now, I focus to the next spot, my next goal. All right, here we go. One foot in front of another. Chug, 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 chug. Bam, we made it. Okay, that wasn't as hard as we thought it was. Okay, pivot, look around. Where's my next goal? See it, visualize it, move towards it. One step in front of the other. Boom, 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 boom. Bam. Oh, we're now at the top. Oh, that wasn't as hard. Why? Because we made it into smaller, more manageable pieces. If you look from the bottom to the top, it looks, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to get there. But by focusing on smaller chunks, they're doable. One foot in front of another to get to that smaller goal, which then compounds with the next goal, which then compounds with the next goal, which then compounds to the next one, which gets us to the top, and there we go. You did it. So let's break this down, because in a sense that seems easy because we all know how to hike, but how do we do it with our personal, professional, and physical goals? Well, let's take a step. So welcome to week 2 of the 12 weeks. What we're doing is we're locking into our focus. It's time to build a foundation that will carry you to your next vision. This week we're going to zoom out, right? We're going to be kind of looking at the top of the mountain and looking out. Okay, I stopped here. I stopped here. I stopped here. I stopped here, and I started here. We can then chunk those pieces out over a timeline. And maybe it's not 12 weeks, or maybe you're looking at a bigger picture, so it can be over 12 weeks. But sometimes maybe it is just 3 weeks. That's okay. Because at least we're starting. We're starting to learn the process, right? One step in front of another. Okay, so we're looking at the big picture. We know I need to do A, B, and C to get myself there. So we're going to carry ourselves through on this vision. So the truth is about the vision gives you actionable purpose, your progress, your direction. So if you think about the hill you're climbing, right, you've got the vision to get to the top. You have it in progressive direction, right? You're not going off into the woods, you're staying on the path. There is a direction to go in. And this isn't just about what you want to do. It's about why it matters to you and who you're becoming along the way. So the vision of what you want to accomplish is so important, right? I talked about the vision board. Maybe you just need a vision board too to help hone in that idea. Going, I'm going to get there someday. I'm going to get it. Okay. So why vision must come first? Are you looking at the top of the mountain? Are you as the batter up to bat? You've got the bat in your hand and you see all 3 bases loaded. What's that next step? Why does it matter to hit that ball? Why does it matter to climb the mountain? Do you know it internally? So if you ever felt stuck halfway through a goal, chances are it wasn't because you didn't have a plan. It's because the goal did not connect deeply into your heart and soul, your why. your purpose to your business goals. A strong vision gives you fuel for the days when you don't feel motivated, right? Because there's plenty of those when you got to switch hats all day long. It helps you push through resistance and focus on what really matters. So if you know the why, you can always say, do I need to put this hat on? Is it helping me with the why, or is it distracting me from my why? Think of it as your internal compass. It keeps you on track, even when your path doesn't seem easy. When your vision becomes clearer, execution gets easier, because now every step forward has meaning and purpose behind it. So here's a simple framework to help you clarify your vision. So let's break it down into something simple and actionable. First, your why. Why matters most to you right now? Why is the right time to pursue it? Next, long-term what? What does your life or your business look like for the next 3 to 5 years? Maybe that's a little too long. Let's look at the next 3 to 6 months. So what kind of results do you want to achieve? Impact your life and lifestyle that you're trying to build with your business, personal or professional aspects around your world. Your 12-week focus. What's the short-term vision that excites and maybe even scares you a little bit? Because if it scares you a little bit, it means that it's a big enough goal really push you and propel you forward. What makes this quarter feel like it's a breakthrough in your world today? And let me reiterate, your vision doesn't have to be perfect. You just need a clear one that pulls you forward. And then you can kind of grind into it and hit it. Kind of like a baseball, right? You're kind of taking that bat and you're kind of now holding it and you're grinding it, and you're like, you can see the clear vision of hitting that ball. Once you get that clear vision, you know what you need to do. So of course, with my digital marketing, I want to empower everybody with the power of AI. So how can AI help shape this goal? So we can use the GPT chat interface again, or any journaling AI. Google has a new one too out right now that I really like. If you've got the ideas in your head but struggling to write it down clearly, this is where the AI can really support you and help develop those goals. I'm going to reiterate and show you an example that I used in the previous lesson, just so, once again, if you missed it and you want to see it again, we're going to post it here again. Try a prompt like, can you help me write a vision statement for the next 12 weeks based on my long-term goals, core values, and who I want to become? But you also need to tell it what you want as the result. If you don't know your result, you got to remember, okay, so baseball analogy. We're up to bat, right? So I've got a tool of a bat. I've got the power of my arms. I've got my vision to look at the ball. But those separately won't do much. What's the vision? The vision is to get other people home. So you need to realize that week 1 could be, hey, I'm taking up the bat. Next, improving my vision. Third, I'm strengthening my arms. So when that ball comes at me, I can do a big old slug on it and send it out into the outer field and drive those 3 people on those bases, or my lead generation, if you want to call it in business terms. You want to drive those sales home. So do you see the difference? The vision is getting people either as a lead generation into a sales, or you're looking at something as a personal aspect or a professional or physical. Maybe you want to lose weight, get stronger. How are you going to assess all that? So this is where the power of AI can write that all up for you. So you can use that draft of AI and you can plug it into the AI and you can revise it and make it your own. You're not handing off your vision to something that's computer generated. What you're doing is you're asking the technology to help clarify yourself what your goals are, what each week can do for you, and how you can actually implement it and put it into action. So the vision that fuels the execution, right? We talked about the vision. You got the 3 people on base. The fuel, basically my arm strength, my vision, and my bat. Execution, I hit that ball. Here's what makes a great vision stick. It's personal. It connects with your core values. It's emotional. It can fire you up and keep you going. It's specific. You can see that success, what that success looks like. If your vision gives you a mix of excitement and nervousness, you are right on track, because that means it's a desired goal that you don't think you can quite achieve, but by breaking it down, you can. Okay, so this week's action goals, let's take a look at them. First, you're going to write your personal goal, long-term vision for 3 or more years. Once again, for me, I couldn't do that. So let's go 3 to 6 months. Step 2, from that, extract a 12-week vision that motivates immediate action. Step 3, use AI and the journaling tools to help you craft and refine it. Step 4, post it somewhere visual. On your wall, your lock screen on your cell phone, or your personal planner. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road. If you share it with a close friend, if you post it out into the universe on Facebook or something, you now become accountable to it. And that accountability can propel you forward. It makes it more real. You can actually put, if you post it on your Facebook page and then show your weekly progress, you're going to have a lot of people rooting for you and thrilled you are making that kind of progress. So in closing, you want to build what matters. You don't want to wait for that someday. And like for me, COVID was my wake up. I wanted to start living with purpose today. Well, I moved to my favorite town now, Boston. I left my heart in Boston and I left San Francisco. This is the moment to design the future and back it with action. A strong vision leads to clear goals. Next week, we'll take that vision and turn it into metrics that can help drive those results. For now, focus on your why and let it lead you step by step. Because remember, each step will get you to the top. Bye for now. We'll see you next week.